Like you need added security around your home, there's now an affordable way to do it that in the past was only open to professionals at high-rise office buildings. It's using surveillance cameras. We've all heard noises outside of our home during the night, and there's nothing more unsettling than to think there may be a prowler in your yard. But how would you like to keep an eye on your property, even at night, without ever leaving the safety of your home? Today we're going to show you how to install two of the latest surveillance cameras on the market, and they both work just as well at night as they do during the day. And you can even hook the cameras up to any television set in the house, and with the help of an automated switcher, you can keep a scrolling view of what's going on outside of your home 24 hours a day.
It's very small, discreet.
Michael Deere is an expert on surveillance equipment and already has a color camera trained on his front porch area. But it's practically useless at night, and he wants to install an additional camera. The additional camera that we're installing out front has a lot of neat features. It gives us a black and white picture instead of color, but it can see at night. It's an infrared camera. If you look here next to the lens, you'll see little purple LEDs. They're infrared LEDs. And what that is like a flashlight to a camera. We can't see the light out of it with our naked eye, but the camera can. Down here underneath the TV where it's so dark, we'll put it back here for a demonstration. As you can see, there's all the cables for our VCR. You look over here and what in the world is that? Oh, that's my bunny. But anyway, shine it back there and look at all those cables. So if a stranger walked up at night, you'll be able to see them in total darkness, and they'll never know it's there because it's not putting out any light that they can see with their eyes. The infrared camera is easy to install. We use 3 screws to mount it underneath the eave near the porch. The pre-existing shutters turned out to be a stroke of luck. We're able to hide the camera cable behind the shutters and tuck the slack under the trim. We widen the hole in the screen vent so that we can run our cables alongside the ones for the existing color camera. I feed the cable for the infrared camera under the house. Later Michael will crawl under there and finish this part of the job. But first we have another camera to mount. Michael also has a motion detecting floodlight system to cover his backyard, but no camera. Well, Michael, what's different about this one?
Well, this is basically the same thing, a motion detector floodlight system, but it has a discreetly hidden camera.
So it does have a camera. You can barely see it right there on the front. Okay, so a crook wouldn't see this camera when they're walking up, would they?
They would not even have a clue that this has a camera.
Does this work at night and day, both?
Definitely works real nice in the daylight, of course, but at night the floodlights help illuminate the area and give a real good picture.
Okay, and then is it hard to hook up?
Really, it's pretty simple. It's the same as your floodlight, except for you got one additional cable. That's going to be your video signal.
Just a BNC cable?
Correct.
We removed the old floodlights and determined that the camera cables for the new system will fit perfectly through one of the holes in the Romex box. Michael is now in the attic and will run the cables between one of the walls and under the house. I hook up the camera cables and connect the electrical wires for the floodlights. The mounting brackets on this unit actually protrude from the base, so I'll just screw it directly into the eave. While I put the finishing touches on the camera floodlight system, Michael is busy crawling underneath the house to finish running the cables. Okay, got it? He feeds the cables to me through an existing hole in the floor, and we're ready to wire up the system. So our signal should be coming through now?
That's right.
Okay, the backyard, so that's the floodlights that we put in?
Yes.
And which camera is this?
Infrared camera.
Okay, infrared because it's black and white, and then that's the color camera that you already had up?
Exactly.
Okay, now where does all the signals come through?
Basically, we're running all the signals into what we call a little switcher unit. Basically, it could handle a 4th camera if we had a 4th. And it outputs from there into an extra video port on your television set.
Okay, and it looks like it's staying on each channel about 5 seconds. Is that normal?
Well, by adjusting the knob here, you can actually speed the cameras up to go quite fast. and basically give you a quick scan of all the cameras.
Yeah, if you're looking for the kids.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be running around the house all day long. It kind of runs through all the series of cameras.
So however long you want to look. And then could you just set it on any one individual camera and not have it rotating?
Yeah, exactly. Like the color camera is fairly repetitive from the other shot. You could block off the color camera by just bypassing it, you know, like this.
Okay.
And then it'll just switch between the two cameras as opposed to the all three.
Michael also has a remote surveillance module that is hooked up to the color camera that enables him to keep an eye on his home from work. By simply dialing in the right code, Michael is able to transmit the camera signals over the phone line to a TV monitor at his office. And within 30 seconds, he has a live video feed of any activity going on outside of his home. This unit is pricey, around $1,000 for the surveillance module and the TV monitor. The total cost for the system we installed was approximately $900. Believe it or not, the infrared camera is actually the less expensive of the two, around $300. The floodlight camera retails for around $400. The automated switcher cost approximately $150, plus an extra $50 or so for all the cables. But the installation was easy. Any do-it-yourselfer could knock it out in one afternoon. And the added peace of mind would certainly make it well worth the effort and expense. If you'd like more information about home security cameras and other home protection products, contact us on the internet at yournewhouse.com.